Welcome back to my channel. This is David Feldman-Makrias, and today what we're going to be talking about is you want to raise. So, the reason I bring this topic up is because a lot of my friends that are even successful in their careers right now, whether they be in corporations, medium businesses, small businesses, so on and so forth, a lot of them, this is the big topic, right? Like, oh, I need a raise, and oh, I'm not climbing the corporate ladder fast enough, or I'm not excelling fast enough, so on and so forth. And it's interesting because I never, ever, ever have looked at it this way. And I feel though I have jumped success brackets as far as positions, monetary income, and just overall responsibility quicker than a vast majority of the people around me regarding my age. So I wanted to discuss that, and I felt like I can offer some valuable insight for anyone that's looking to, get a raise, anyone that's looking to like change positions, change situations, and this is really a tactic, no matter what industry you're in. Or these things we're going to discuss is applicable to all different industries, and really how you can get one no matter what. And you might have thought of this already, but we're going to put it into layman's text. I'm going to give some bullet points on it of my own personal reference experience, things on how to fast track the raise as well, and really just the mentality of what you need to have in order to get said raise. So let's get into it. The key component to get really anything, not just a raise, but really anything in life is, I think, giving. You need to give. See, and I think this is where most people get it wrong. When we want something, we're in the mode of we want to take it, right? We want to take that raise, we want to take that promotion, we want to take that car, we want to take whatever. Really, we should be in the mindset of giving. What do I need to give to get that experience? And typically, you will need to give more than you're looking to receive. That's not always easy, right? It's like, oh, wait a minute, I have to give a lot? What are you talking about? Like, oh my gosh, why do I have to give so much in order to do this? It's That's the mentality you need to have. And that's the mentality. If you have that mentality in life, I think your relationships will be better. I think, not only will you get a raise, but yeah, you'll ascend in your job quicker. This is applicable to everything. Now, there's a point of diminishing return too. Beware of point of diminishing return. And I'm going to put, you have to give the right things. I'm going to call this things. Things equal value. Okay, value. What are we talking about? You need to give value. So let's build some context. So, if we're going to give value, what does that really mean? Let's strictly talk inside a company or a business. You want to give value. What do businesses care about? Businesses care about, what do they care about? For-profit businesses, for-profit businesses care about profit. That's what they care about. Profit, revenue, etc. Let's put a comma here. That's what they care about. So if you can find a way to help them increase revenue or increase profit, that's great. There's a lot of different ways that you can do that, right? A lot of different ways that you can do that. Let me give you an example. I mean, the first real job I got out of college, I was making less than $40,000 per year in a new industry that didn't have a lot of proof in the pudding. I didn't really know what exactly I was going to do. I had $100,000+ loan debt. And now, about 7 years later, I have more than quadrupled that income, more than quadrupled that annual income, way more actually, quintupled, right in between. Um, I've ascended to a higher responsibility. I learned a lot from where I was at. And I know people go, oh, it's 6 or 7 years. But I mean, you got to put in the time. You got to put in the time to learn anything and to get some quality experience, right? But what was my philosophy the whole time was about giving. And what I was able to do without really realizing it is I was able to worked for a company, small company, and I found found inefficiencies in their systems, and then improved on them. That was one of the main things. What does that do though? What does that do? That actually increases productivity, uh, eliminates waste, and thus increases profit and revenue because it gave the company an ability to scale. And I did this without really like knowing this, and this is more reflective looking back at that. Um, you know, that's what you really. I mean, that's just one example, and that's how I quickly ascended in responsibility and things like that. There's a couple nice keys to understand. I'm going to say important aspects. Let's say the important aspect too, if you can find two niches that, you know, you're really, really, how do I say, two niches that you're really, really well spoken in, good at, have a lot of experience, can understand, and they cross sect. Two niches that you're very good at, have a lot of knowledge in, have relevant experience in, and then cross sect them. So for me, it was automotive and IT computer experience. Automotive was from my father. My father has been in the automotive space for his entire life. I grew up in that space. It was my first job. You know, first, second, third, fourth job basically, and I lived, and breathed automotive, and I still do my entire life. So that's one industry or one niche. And then IT computer experience, I got a lot of that through my degree. Mechanical engineering. I've always been very good with um, interfaces, computers, understanding logic, things of that nature. So being able to take those two and combine them, I had the ability to offer a lot of solutions, especially in the last, I don't know, decade or so, from these two niches that cross sected, right? And that's part of how I grew so quickly. This helps. It's not a necessity, but this helps a lot. I'm going to say two or more niches that you're very good at, have a lot of knowledge in, have relevant experience in, and then cross sect them. Um, that is going to help this. And I'll say this isn't 100% necessary, but it helps a lot. A lot. And will help you fast track, right? So noticed I haven't talked about like, oh, you need to go to your boss and you need to say this and that, and blah, 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 blah. I never think about stuff like that ever. It's not even in my range of scope. Um, you just want to, and this is not how I got clients or anything either. You want to provide as much value as you possibly can, right? You want to you want to crush whomever it is with value. You don't want to be a suck up, though. That's not what I'm saying. You don't want to be like, oh, hey, how are you? Like a brown noser, right? You don't want to do that. You want to provide as much value to the situation as you possibly can. Um, and you have to really define what those values are. I'm giving you examples of how to define the value for a company or for a boss or whatever in that situation. Now, there's two types of value. I've talked about this in other videos. Let's put this here. Two types of value. There's actual value and perceived value. And I'm not going to go too much into it because I talk about it in other videos. But actual value is like providing ways to increase profit, increase revenue, decrease inefficiencies, etc. Can't spell. So that's like the actual tangible thing that you create. The actual tangible thing that you give or create, right? And then perceived value is going to be a little bit different. Perceived value is the perception. It's your perception. And this matters a lot. People and businesses operate with people. People are based on emotions, not always reason. So with this, your perception has to be well. Like here's some common things in the workforce, right? Do you show up on time or early? It's on the second line. Do you show up on time or early? Do you stay late? And I'm not talking about like if the normal workday ends at 5 p.m., you're not staying until 10 p.m. every night. That you show no balance either. So don't do that. But if you stay till 5:30, quarter to 6, or you stay late a couple nights to help your team, blah 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 blah. Um, those are definitely some things that hiring managers, directors, senior people notice over time. You know, uh, do you have a positive problem solving attitude? Always. Um, do you uh, stride in the face of adversity? Adversity meaning not like interpersonal, but like the objective, the challenge, whatever task project you're on. Even if you're in an adverse situation, you know, you overcome anyways. Um, you stride in the face of adversity. Uh, how many people do you know in the company? Do you know and regularly make an effort to communicate with in the company? All these things are really good because if all these people have positive things to say about you, then the company's really not going to want to lose you at all. They're going to be like, whoa, this person is different. This person makes an effort, talks to these people, is really positive, is problem solving, will work hard and all this stuff, especially in this day and age where everybody wants to basically work from home and work remote and put in as minimal effort as possible. This is a really big deal. Now I'm going to give you the caveat. I'm going to give you the caveat where you can make a lot of money. Like this is beyond just getting a raise. You can make a lot, right? This is the caveat. I'm saving this for the end, but this is the like ultra thing that you can do to really have ultimate success. I've used this really well. I learned it from a guy many years ago, probably a decade ago, and he said it on some YouTube video I was watching. I can't recall the YouTube video, but I remember the guy. He's in self development, men's coaching and self development, and he basically said, when it comes to value, ultra tip. When it comes to value and giving value, right? You need to find, cultivate, create a, how do I say? You need to find, cultivate, create a situation where you're in a state of abundance, of giving value. What does this mean, right? What do I mean by this? You need to find, cultivate, create a situation where you're in a state of abundance of giving value. Value you give should be easy for you to give away, but hard for other people to get. That's the key. The value you receive, the value you give should be easy for you, extra space, to give away, but hard for other people to get. I'm going to repeat one more time. The value you give should be easy for you to give away, but hard for other people to get. If you can do this, that's how you're going to become rich. That's how you're going to become rich, even more than a raise, because you're giving more than you're receiving, and you're doing it exponentially. Exponentially. And the reward of giving more than you receive can be easily translated into monetary, because it's basically ROI, right? Return on investment. I put $1 in, I get $3 out. If I have a 300% ROI. So if same principle applies, giving and receiving. If I need to receive something, your giving should be worth a lot more than you're receiving. And that is really the secret sauce. Not only to get a raise and to get one no matter what, it's your secret sauce in life. So if you want more context on that, if you're looking for actual examples, I can get into that. This is more mindset, philosophy. I touch on some examples on how to do it and some from my own. I think a really big piece is this perceived value and actual value, because the actual value is like, you could be the best person ever. You can like make the best report for your boss, or you can like give the best presentation, or you can give that best tangible thing. But if you don't have that good perception, like you show up late, or people don't really know you, or they don't like you, or they get the wrong impression of you, your actual value doesn't matter. You have to have a great balance of both. And when you do, and you give more than you receive on a daily basis, you're done. You can get to the point where you don't even have to ask for raises. That's it. You don't even have to ask. That's the point I like to be at. Like, I don't want to even ask for certain things. I just want to pummel whoever it is with as much value as I possibly can. So there's no possible way they can justify not, doing business with me. That's what I like to do. And that's how I win. And that's how I've kept clients for a long period of time. And I think it's really, really important for you guys to know this. So here's some of the experience I have. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. If you want me to expand upon this, or dive into this further, let me know. I can give contextual, actual examples. This was more philosophical, mindset stuff, which is harder to assimilate to. Sometimes actual contextual examples might help. If that would help you guys, let me know. If you disagree with anything I said, I'd love to see that in the comments. And if this video gave you any value whatsoever, feel free to like and subscribe. I would really, really love that. Looking forward to building a community here and making it even bigger. So, all right, guys, you have a great day. Again, this is David Feldman-Makrias, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.